Hey, and welcome to today's video blog. I had an interesting conversation with a patient today, and I thought this would be a great topic for us to talk about. I was talking to a patient, and she had taken her child to the pediatrician, and the pediatrician gave the child a shot and gave the patient some directions and told the patient basically that if the child's fever was over 100 degrees, for her to go ahead and try to bring the fever down with either Motrin or Tylenol or something like that to alternate the two. And I asked the patient why they were wanting to bring the fever down at such a low grade of 100 degrees. And we'll talk about details of fever and how that helps the body heal in a future blog entry. But the patient said, she really didn't understand why. And I said, well, why don't you call your pediatrician and find out if there is a complicating factor, because her son did have a complicating underlying immune challenge. And we wanted to make sure that it was safe for the fever to go above 100 degrees. And she called the pediatrician, and the pediatrician explained to her what was in the shot, which was totally reasonable and necessary. It was a good call on the pediatrician's part. But the pediatrician also explained to the patient that the Tylenol and the Motrin was not necessary, that it was totally optional, and that they usually gave those directions to patients because the parents always wanted to do something for the child to make them more comfortable. So the point being, sometimes a fever, even though it's a little bit uncomfortable, a fever is part of the healing process. And your doctor, when they're busy and they're doing high volume of patients, which a lot of them have to do now because of insurance issues, a lot of times they're going to make decisions based on what most parents want, and maybe not necessarily the best decision for the health of the child. So watch these daily blog entries, understand how your body works, understand what your natural mechanisms are to healing, and then that way when you do have to go to a doctor and you might have to do something that's against those natural healing mechanisms, you'll kind of know what questions to ask and find out, are we doing this because it's just what patients typically want, or are we doing this because we have to do it for my child? We want to make educated decisions, and we want to make right decisions. So let's educate ourselves. Let's move forward with good questions. And if you have a doctor that is a caring doctor, which most of them out there are, they will gladly answer these questions for you and give you honest answers. If your doctor is not willing to answer the questions, honestly, you need to find a new doctor. All right, so let's move forward. Let's spread the word of health and help people realize their health potential. And have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.